All right. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Sethuraman. I'm the co-founder of Web3 Compass, and this is 10 Days of Base. And so glad to see you. For the past 6 days, you have been learning a lot of base, building on it, going through all the docs and code and everything. And yet, here you are. Here you are. It's a new day, and we are going to learn something new. And you guys are here. So, again, congratulations. So I think I'll just get straight to the point. Like yesterday, like on day 6, if you remember, we were talking about minikit and creating mini apps. Like you actually built a mini app that runs inside both base app and Farcaster, which is pretty cool, right? But if you're anything like most developers, you like once you build the application, you probably sat back and thought, okay, now what? Well, here's the deal. You see, mini apps that lives inside the social feeds can't just exist, right? They have to connect. They need to feel alive, social, and reactive, like they actually belong in the whole, Web3 social media universe. And that's exactly where Neynar comes in. Think of Neynar as your backstage pass to the whole Farcaster protocol. The kind that gets you everywhere, everywhere where the cool stuff happens. Want to know who follows you? Neynar's on it. Want to pull someone's latest casts, which is basically the Farcaster version of posts, or see what they are talking about? Pretty easy. Want your app, your mini app to post or reply or track mentions or even spin up engagement loops that makes things go viral? That's literally what Neynar was made for. So today we are going to take your mini app from a static widget sitting quietly in the corner of your feed to something that knows its users, reacts to what's happening, and create that addictive loop that keeps people coming back and sharing. Like we'll start with the basics, like fetching user profiles, follower lists, casts, and stuff. And I'll even show you an application that I built using Neynar. Like, it's pretty simple, but it's pretty cool. So then we'll see like all the potentials, like, maybe leaderboards or reply bots or any kind of those things. So lots to cover. This is day 7 of our 10 days of base journey. And today, like, you're going to level up even more. So let's get started. All right. So now before we go ahead and start building using Neynar, let's just back up for a second and actually see or talk about what Neynar is, because it won't be immediately obvious to a person who is completely new to base and the whole Farcaster ecosystem. Because you see, like, Farcaster is basically a protocol, right? I mean, you guys of course know this. Like Farcaster, it's decentralized, which is great for censorship resistance and ownership and all those kind of things. But it also means that there is no central API or stuff like that from where you can just hit to get the data, right? Instead, what these protocols does is, like, they have these things called hubs, which are like computational nodes that stores and syncs the state of the network, right? So each node, what they do is they gossip with other each hubs, they gossip with other hubs to stay in sync. And theoretically, you could run your own hub and query it directly. But the thing is, running your own Farcaster hub, I mean, it's like, it's a pain. Like the hub, like running it on your own, it sounds cool, but it is a pain. I mean, you need the infrastructure, you need to keep it synced, you need to handle all the protocol level details. And honestly, for most applications, it's complete overkill. I mean, if you're building a mini app and trying to run a Farcaster or a Farcaster hub for it, it's kind of an overkill. So that's where Neynar comes in. You see, Neynar runs these hubs for you and exposes a clean, developer friendly REST API, right? Like you can see it right here. Like there is a lot of these APIs that you can use. There is a whole, for different purposes, right? So these Neynar basically runs the hubs for you and exposes these REST APIs and SDKs that lets you interact with Farcaster without touching any of the protocol complexity. So think of Neynar as your high-level interface to Farcaster. Instead of dealing with hub gossips and message propagation and all that low-level stuff, you just call an API endpoint or use the SDK method, and boom, you get the data that you need. You want to fetch a user profile, one API call. You want what, user followers, like you can see it right here, right? Like you want to get the user followers, another call. Want to publish a cast on their behalf, SDK methods. It's like difference between writing assembly code and using a modern framework. Both gets you the same place, but one lets you move way faster and actually ship you know products much more easily. So Neynar also give you features that would be incredibly hard to build for yourself because of all the technical complexities. I mean, think about it. Like Neynar gives you real-time webhooks that notifies your application when specific events happen, like when someone mentions your app or replies to a post. And it also has like advanced feed algorithms that gets you the relevant content. It has user scoring systems that helps you identify high quality accounts versus spam, data streaming for real-time analytics. And these are like production grade features that would take months to build on your own, and Nina just hands them to you ready to use. Like that's the other huge thing about Neynar, is that it kind of has become the de facto standard for building on Farcaster. Like most of the popular apps, clients, tools in the ecosystem, they use Neynar under the hood. That means whenever you're building with Neynar, you're using battle tested infrastructure that's handling real production level load. It means that there is a community of developers who have solved similar problems, and they can help you solve all those problems if it comes to you. It means that the docs are good, the examples are really good, and you know you're not just testing out some new approach that might just blow up in your face while you're building an application. So yeah, so that's the general idea of Neynar. It provides you this whole API interface that you can use within your mini app to make your app more interactive, more responsive, more reactive, and more social. So yeah, I guess that's enough with the whole shilling part. Let's just go ahead, let's just get with the building, get our API keys and build something cool. Like I'll show you the whole thing. Like I'll show you scripts that you can use to get all the details, and I'll show you the application that I've built. So yeah, let's go. All right. So before we can do anything like build anything with Neynar, the first step involves setting up Neynar in our project, right? So for that we need to get the Neynar API key. So head over to neynar.com and you can log in. Like click on the login button. You can log in or sign up. It just uses your email either way. So I'll just give my email, continue. I think it will just, yeah, just so it will just send a code which I'm trying to retrieve as we speak. Okay, like even with sign up, it's the same process. Like, yeah, okay. So it is for, okay, right. So right. So once we have the code, you can see that it has like Neynar gives us this nice little dashboard where you have your app key and ways to build agents, webhooks, and everything. So we are just looking for the app key right now. And before we go ahead and copy the app key, just give me a second. Let me just set up a new project. So yeah, so you can just create a folder called Neynar anywhere in your computer, and I'm going to set up a quick Node.js project so that I can show you how to work with the SDK. So let me just open up the terminal. So I'm going to say npm init -y. Yeah, and so it will give me the package.json. Now here, like make sure that the type is given as module, right? You know type is of course module, right? Yeah, so once that is there, like you can install the Neynar SDK. Like you can just, there is the tutorials which you can just refer to, like getting started, right? Like you have, yeah, so if it is npm, you can see the Node.js SDK. You can just copy it, and you know go to our project and install it just like that. Yeah, So this is the SDK. Now we need a couple of other things, not couple, like so since we have an API key, it is always safe to actually you know uh, keep your API keys in a .env file so that you don't accidentally push it to GitHub or anything. So we are going to create a .env file here first, .env, and we need the package, like we need the npmi. You can type I or install .env. So yeah, all right. So now if you look at the package.json, you can see that we have the SDK, like the Node.js SDK, and of course the .env file. So yeah, now what we can do is within the .env, I'm just going to create a new variable, Neynar API key, and I'm going to paste it. So let me just go ahead and copy my API key. Don't reveal it. I'll just paste it against a variable. You guys have to trust me on this. I don't want to share it. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's just not good practice to reveal your API key. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, trust me on this. I've just copied the API key against the variable on .env. All right. So yeah, so that's that. And so yeah, I have the project setup. I have installed the SDKs. I have the .env with the API key. Now let's just go ahead and create something like so. Again, this is a practice, like you don't have to do it, but it's a neat practice where I'm actually going to create a client first, and so that we don't have to do the whole client, like an Neynar configuration every time we write something. And we'll just import the Neynar client and use all the SDK stuff. Like I'll show you what I mean. So instead of just one big file, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create Neynar client.js first, and within that I'm going to import a couple of stuff. Oh, you can see this is absolutely, like, it just detected it. You can see that, right? And I'm going to do one more, which is called configuration. You can see it is also there. All right. So we have the two, like, I love this whole auto completion stuff. So yeah, so we have a new Neynar client file. So what we are going to do is we are going to set it up with our API key. So the way that we do it is we are just going to create a constant, sorry, Neynar config, which is equal to new, new con. Why do I have butterfingers all of a sudden? Okay. And you're going to have the API key, and this is going to be process.env dot, yeah, of course, Neynar API key, right? Which is the name of our the variable that we have given in the environment file. So now let's just create a client using this. So a constant Neynar client is equal to new Neynar API client, and we just give the Neynar config. That's it. So the thing is, it's like, yeah, I will just export it. Export default Neynar client. Okay, cool. Just close it. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So again, this is just a coding practice. I mean, it's not something you have to do. It's like you have the client thing there. So no matter how many files you can create, all you need to do is just, export this client, and you can just work with it. You don't have to type the whole thing again every time, like you create a file to work with a Neynar, which is pretty convenient if you ask me. So yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. Like I'll show you how this function works. So like I'll just create a new index.js, right? So in the index.js, I'll first import the .env/config so that we can import all the configuration files, and I want the Neynar client. So yeah, okay, you can see it. you know so okay, so I'll show you the basic stuff first. So the thing is, like, we have the Neynar client that lets us access all the beautiful functions of that is available. So everything that is on Farcaster, like all the profile details, cast information, all those kind of things, we can actually use that SDK to interact with it, get the information and everything. For example, I'll quickly create a function to get the user profile from the username, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to async, create a new function. I'm going to call it get user profile. Okay, this is going to take in a username, and yeah, okay. And so let me just put it in a try catch block so that things can go wrong. Const so user response will be a wait again. That's why async. It's a asynchronous. Like this process. Like, it's not like you're taking it from a static place. It's in a server, so it's going to take time. So you handle the promises using async and await. It's an asynchronous programming. So yeah. So Neynar client dot, you can see that, like, you can see all the beautiful functions that is available, right? Look up signer, look up user. I think we are going to use look up user by username, right? So we're going to give this. So the idea is we get the user name, and this is going to be username. So you can have, like, if you're confused with the username, you can just give it like this. I love doing that, so that you know which is the parameter and which is the uh, you know key, right? Okay, so this username is the key, and this is the parameter that we are passing. Simple stuff, right? So yeah, we have the constant. Now we can just I wrote too many already. I just put semicolon everywhere. So yeah, so if we have a user response, and that user response has a user object or a user key, what we are going to do is const user equals user response dot user. You can see that it's pretty easy. And what do we want to log in? Like, I'll just console.log. We already have the username. So anything, yeah, we can display the, I guess, display name, right? So yeah, display name. I'm going to do this again, a bit of formatting. So user, oh, so sorry. What did I, okay, user dot display name. You see? So that's it. We can add a lot more stuff, like I'll show you. Let's just see if all this works. So yeah, and we can also return the user, since it's a function. If you want to use this function anywhere else, you can just return the user. Completely fine. Oh, wait. Did I just return it outside? Okay, so sorry. Yeah, return the user. Else, if none of it is there, you can just console log user not found. Okay, and you can even return a null, because there is no user with that particular username. So we'll just say user dot null. Yeah, why do I keep doing semicolons? I have no idea, but yeah. So yes, now coming to the problem of VS Code, we need a catch, because we have a try. So in case there is an error, we need a catch statement. We'll just put an error here. Oh, what is this? Sometimes, I'm all for the whole auto code completed everything, but sometimes it's a bit of a pain. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah. All right. Okay, console dot, I'll just put console dot error. Error fetching user, and yeah, error. There you go. And again, we can return null. Okay, so we have our function. Now what do we do? We can directly call it because we already have a console log. So let's just try and call it like get user profile. And yeah, let's just find a user profile and see what the display name. So for that, go to Farcaster. Like, of course, you need a Farcaster account. I already have one, so I can just log in. I'm so sorry. So yeah, you can see this, and every Farcaster account has this really cool thing called about. You can see all these things, right? You can see all these things, but we'll use that later. I believe this is, yeah, let's try this. So yeah, you already know the whole thing, but yeah, let me just try this out. Okay, smokingfrog.eth. Where is the whole stuff? Oh god. Okay, yeah, right. So sorry. Node, and let there be errors. Of course. Can't find module. What? Oh, okay. So sorry. Yeah. What is the error here? Did I do something wrong? I think it's still module, right? I did give the type as module. What's the problem here again? Okay. Oh, was it a require? Wait. Oh, so sorry. Oh, wow. I did not see that. Okay. So yeah, yeah, my bad, my bad. Absolutely my bad. See, this is the problem. I mean, it works when it works, but if not, it's like, yeah, I don't know. What am I doing? Let me just, yeah, import from. Yeah, I'm so sorry. At, yeah, and then you can just give. I mean, see, this is the problem if you're too lazy for all these things. Yeah, configure. Yeah, better. All right, let's do that again. And yes, there you go. You can see that we have provided our a username, and it has given us the display name, which is pretty cool. Now we can add a lot more stuff because if you look at the user thing, like it's not just the display name. Like if you just put dot, you can see a whole lot of things, right? So I'll just start with the display name. We can do a lot of things, like we can start with the like the user Farcaster ID. What else? Maybe the bio, followers, following, even the address, right? So yeah, why not? So let's just start doing this. So the Farcaster ID, so we can just say dot FID. Yeah, of course. What else? So we have the Farcaster ID, we have the bio. So for that, we'll just say dot. So for bio, I believe it's profile. Okay, yeah, profile dot bio dot text. Yeah, you know, it's. I mean, I've been playing around with it now. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I completely forgot to mention this. Like, just give me a second, and I will followers user dot followers. Oh boy, why am I not paying attention? I'll just make it following count, and this is follower count, right? So this will be following. And address, you can also have the verified address. So yeah, a quick little verifications, I guess. Yes. A quick little thing that you have to understand. See, like I told you that we need the API, but if you look at the Neynar document, Neynar documentation, a lot of these APIs are actually paid. Like, it has a generous free tier, but a lot of this API, endpoints are paid. So, like I've actually, I really like to play around with APIs and see what they can do. So I have actually taken a plan. Like, I think it just costs $10 or something, just to play around with it and see what we can build. So you can also do it, or like you can just try with the free tier also comes with a lot of cool stuff. I think they have given the whole thing somewhere, I forgot, but they have the whole pricing plan. uh just give me a second. Oh yeah, I think API references account. Yeah, there you go. Like you have the whole pricing plan and everything. And in the API reference, they have given all the free ones, rate limits, and everything. So based on that, you can just figure out a plan, and you can figure out all the APIs that you can use on the free trial. Again, I love just experimenting with these things. So I just bought a simple plan just to see what it can do. So yeah, so that is pretty much something that I wanted to tell. So yeah, now again, so let me just try this again, and you can see all the cool stuff that we can fetch with the profile. Now it's not just profile. I'll like let's just go ahead and create another function. So we got the user profile. What about we can also use you can get the user by the ID, right? It's basically the same thing. I'll just quickly create a function and show you how to do it. User function get user by FID, like it's like the 5 coin ID, and we'll just again, naming conventions are good for a reason. So again, it's the basic same stuff. Try const user response equals. So here I think it's fetch bulk users. Yes, there you go. So we can give multiple IDs, like it's a list, but we'll just give this one FID. Okay. You can give multiple IDs if you want, like based on your applications and everything. But yeah, so right. So here again, if we're going to say user response is there, and user response dot users are there, because there are going to be like it'll be a list, like the object is going to be like we are giving one ID, but you can give multiple. So yeah, response dot users, so it will just return a list. So length should be greater than 0, meaning we need more, like we need some actual data there. So console dot log, we can just say user response. Since there is like one user, we can just say users dot 0. I mean, yeah, because there is just one user, and we can even return that user, right? User response dot user dot 0. Yeah, I mean, why not? Else, or yeah, I think we can just directly return null. And of course the catch. There is always a catch. Error console dot error fetching user by FID. And we can just give this a little bit of formatting, and we can just put error. So in case there is an error, we can display it without ruining our program, right? And it's null. Sorry, wait, what just happened? Okay, yeah, right. So we have another one where we are going to get the user by ID. Let's just try this out. Get by FID, and you can just go to Farcaster again. You can just go to anywhere. I mean, yes, who better to test this out than Jesse himself? So yeah, let's just get his Farcaster ID, which is this one, 99. Oh wow, he was, yeah. So okay, uh, right. So let's just go and try this out again. Let's hope there are no errors. Oh wow, there you go. Wow, you like Farcaster has a score, user score. Like you can see, like it's experimental. The feels experimental, so it is supposed to be, yeah, but I guess it's still there. And verified addresses, followers, following can see the whole details. Pro status subscribed expires at, like everything is there. Like he has a pro subscription, ID, username. Yeah, so there you go. So this is how you can fetch all the user details using the users by the Farcaster ID. Now, in case you don't know who Jesse is, go check him out. He's basically the CEO of Base. So yeah, uh, so yeah, it's fun to follow him. Like he posts cool stuff. So yeah, I mean, you can get all this kind of things like user followers and everything. And another really really cool feature is. You can also get the casts, meaning you can, so these posts that you do on Farcaster, it's called cast, you can see that, right? So you can get the casts. Like it's pretty simple. Like I'll show you how to create a function to actually create get the casts. So the idea is we can get the casts that is casted by a user. Like we can what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another async function. I'm too lazy. Get user casts and FID. So yeah, we'll give the ID, and we can also set the limit. So just get me the 25 casts, like the recent 25 casts, right? So again, it's the whole process. Try const casts response is await fetch. Oh, sorry. Where is the client? Yeah, dot fetch cast for user. Yes, there you go. So there you can just give. Oh, why do I keep not doing it? Yeah, you can just put again. Not like you don't have to do it. It's just good practice so that we can separate the key from the parameter, right? It's convenient, like and you can put in the limit, and this is the limit. Just again, good coding practice. I don't like to confuse myself, so yeah. So right, so you have the whole cast response. Now our standard practice of checking if we have some response. So cast response, if there is some cast response, and if the cast response has a cast object, then that means we are onto something. So let's just put console.log, just a reassurance that we actually found it. Found, I don't know, we can just put should we put the cast length? Like there might be times when user hasn't casted or posted these many casts, so we can just put the response number. So I mean, like if it's like a popular account, they will cast a lot of stuff, so it will be, the length will always be 25. But yeah, there might be lazy people too, so we can just say. So this is just an acknowledgement. You don't have to do it. It's just, let's just say a debugging thing. Like I know that the code has reached this. So yeah, so cast response dot cast is a whole list of casts, because like there is going to be 25 of them at max. And yeah, so each of them, we will just take each of them, and we can console log a couple of stuff. So console.log, what's the first thing? Like we need to know the text, right? So let's just put the text of the cast first. So okay, a bit of formatting. Cast.text. Okay. We'll put a lot of stuff again, but yeah, before that, we'll just return and just check out our whole program. Return, I mean, our script, return dot casts. Okay, so this returns, and yeah, even if I think, let's just return an empty thing, I mean, list, in case there is no casts. And of course, I mean, see, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it might be a VS Code thing, but it always gives me anxiety with this whole red lines. I'm like, what went wrong? I am always on my toes when I'm using, VS Code. It's good. I mean, it keeps you alert, but yeah, can be a bit annoying. Error, fetching casts, and yeah, error. There you go. Okay, and we can also return. I don't know. Okay, so there you go, and we can actually get user cast, and why not just try out Jesse, right? I mean, he casts a lot probably. So let's just clear this out, and lo and behold, oh ho, there you go, text. Yes, found 25 casts, obviously. Work. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to read through all this, but yeah. And you can get a lot of info. It's not just the text. You can even get console.log. You can get the reactions also. That's actually really cool. You can say, okay, what is the likes that this cast has? Okay, we can just do this, and cast dot, I think, yeah, reactions dot like count. Yes, there you go. Yeah, so let's just do that too. Oh yeah, you can see that. Wow, I mean, you can see the like count. You can I think so instead of retweets you have recasts, so you can get that count also. Like, I'll show you recasts, and you can just recast count. Oh, there you go. So yeah, so there it is. And so there are a lot of cool stuff that you can do. You can also manipulate, like if you go through the docs, you can just manipulate the cast. You can react to it. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Everything is there on the docs. Like, you can just go through this whole thing. You can see this, right? User cast, embed by hash, fetch, a summary, quotes, a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, so you can just try all these things. Like, it has a lot of other SDKs too. Like, I'm using the Node.js SDK. There are other SDKs too, like that you can just try out. Like, we did the basic thing. So yeah, I mean, this is how you use the SDK, get all the details. Like, there are tons of functionalities available. I don't think, like, we can just go through every one of them, but you know how to set it up right now. Like, all you need is an API key, and I think some of these things might require a paid API, but I think the free one is also quite generous, so you can just play around and see. So next, I will actually use, like, okay, so this is one method, like the whole using the SDK. There is another method where you can directly hit the API endpoint. Like, I'll show you. Like, I've created an application. I'll show you the application right now, and in that, like, I have a script which fetches it's basically the same thing, but it fetches the whole details, like the things that I need via the API, like hitting the API endpoints. And we will see how we can convert that to a mini app, and you know try and preview it on the base.dev and even put it to Farcaster, right? So yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So that now that we know how to use the SDK and fetch Farcaster details using Neynar, let me just go ahead and show you the application that I built using this whole thing. Now in this application, like I already mentioned, I didn't directly use the SDK. Instead, I used the APIs. Like there is a whole host of APIs that you can use. Again, some of them are paid, but I got a pro plan so that I can just play around with these things. And I'll show the application first, and then I'll explain the whole thing, like how I have built it and everything. And maybe we can just try and migrate it to a mini app and demo it using the base build, right? So yeah, just give me a second. Let me just open the application. Okay. So, right. So this is the application code. I'll just run it. Again, this is a basic Wheat framework. I've built it using, I've wipe coded it. So it uses the Wheat framework. It is React and JavaScript. Again, nothing too complex. It is quite a simple application. Just run it npm run dev. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm already running an instance, but yeah, it's fine. So it's called README, and it's not what it sounds. I know I suck at naming applications, but the idea is there are a lot of cards that are posted by a lot of people. So suppose you want to get to a very specific cast regarding a very specific topic, so you use README, meaning you can just read the topics or the casts about that particular topics. So for example, if I just click on Ethereum, it will just fetch all the casts done that has Ethereum on it. Like you can sort it by likes, recasts, comments, everything. You can search your own topic, whatever, like base. There you go. Right. So yeah, like all those kind of things. So that's the most yeah, a very basic application that helps you filter out stuff based on the topics that you like. So this is the application. It's called README, and it uses Neynar. Like if you go to the package.json, like I've already set up the APIs and everything. You can see the .env. Right. So if you go to the package.json, you can see that you have all the staples, the Wheat, the React, and everything. And like since I'm directly using the like I'm basically directly using the APIs, so like I'll just show you. Like you have the services, you have the Neynar API.js. So this is the API endpoint, and you have we've created the client, right? Like just like how we did with like our script. Like I've created a client and added the key and everything. And like there are different endpoints. Like you can search for a cast based on the term and stuff. So this is the endpoint. Like this is the API endpoint. So yeah, it gets you all the cast, gets the user profile, and all those kind of things. So very basic stuff. I'm just directly hitting the API endpoints using my API key. Again, some of these API requires paid APIs. Like you need to pay for certain APIs. But yeah, there are a lot of free ones. Like I said, the free tier is generous, so you can just test it out or try it out. So yeah, let's see. I think I don't. You have yeah. So I think I'll just add .env also. Wait. Okay, you don't want to push .env onto GitHub. Very, very bad idea. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and put it to GitHub and create a web application out of it. So like we might need to configure the API and stuff, but yeah, let's see. The key and stuff. but I'll show you how to do it. So first things first, I'll just go to GitHub. Again, so this is the general application that I've created. Again, I like the whole endpoint and everything. It's there on the docs. Like you can just go here, like with casts, you can see that search for casts. There you go. Now it's basically this API that I use to search for the casts, right? Yeah, and you have all the parameters where you can put the string or and all those kind of things, and it will get you all the casts with that particular string. So I just used that. So yeah, that is one way of doing it. The SDK is another. If you ask me, SDK is the easier one. I just wanted to try this out too. So yeah, that's why I use that in the application. Anyway, let's just go ahead and migrate it to a mini app. So for that, let me go ahead and create a new repository. I'll just set the owner. I'll just call it readme app. Yeah, filter Farcaster casts, casts. Okay. Create the repository. And once you have it, let me just open a terminal in my project. You can directly do it here, but yeah, let me just open a terminal. Just give me a second so that I can quickly type it all out. And yeah, I just lost the terminal. Okay, so get init, git add, git commit some initial commit. Let me just check something. We don't want to push .env, which we haven't. So yeah, like just go to the git ignore. If .env is there, don't push it. Right? That's the worst mistake that you could do. Right. So yeah, and so it's committed. Git minus m main again. So let me just copy this and paste it. I don't like typing long strings of commands. And yeah, finally git push minus u origin main, and it will push the whole thing. Yes, and if you just refresh it, right, there you go. So yeah, I've pushed the code to GitHub. This is my README application. So now I need to just deploy it using Vercel. So let me just go to Vercel projects. I'll have a new project. Okay. And yeah, it's going to be README, of course. Import it. There is an environment variable. Let me just check what I've given here. Just give me a second. Okay, so with wheat, the thing is you have to give the environment variables with the wheat prefix. Otherwise, they won't, it doesn't play well. Otherwise, it won't, you have to give the wheat if you are using the wheat, .env. And of course, you have to paste the API key. I know you guys can't see it. Again, I'll be very discreet about it. Yeah, just know that I'm going to paste it right here. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, again, don't worry if you did. I don't think you could see the whole thing, but yeah, I just pasted the API key. And again, it's just good practice. It's not like I don't trust you guys. So let's just go ahead and deploy. I mean, if you want to, I might just delete the API key. You know this, right? So yeah, you don't have to try anything funny. I'm just, yeah. Again, not that I don't trust you guys. It's just really bad practice to actually, showcase such sensitive information. So yeah, I don't want to be the bearer of such bad practices and have Patrick Collins call me out on Twitter. So yeah, I would want to do that. All right. So yeah. So we have our application, which was pretty fast, if you ask me. Let's just go to the dashboard and see if everything is working. Yes, readme Versal app. I believe it should. And yield. Oh yes, it's working perfectly, which is very good, right? Like we have our application, everything is working fine. So yes, so the next step involves, like if you want, you can just go to the mini app based mini apps. You can just go to the whole steps again. Like we already did this yesterday, so okay, like what you have to do is if you want a whole tutorial, you can check out day 6. But what you can do is just type in like npm install Farcaster, this one right here. So I'll just do this 1 second. I'll just install the SDK part. Once the SDK is installed, which takes some time, I believe. Yeah, I mean, let it install. So like in React, you need to copy this, go to the app. Yeah, okay. Source app.jx. Just paste it here. Yes, I know. Don't, again, that's why I said VS Code just gives me a lot of anxiety when I'm coding because of how prompt it is to show the errors. And those errors are, not that serious errors. It's just, I know, declaring something and not using it. But yeah, we are using it. So yes. So we have the app, like you need to add the small snippet in order to initiate the SDK in your application. So that is done. And for the next part, we need in public, we need to create a new folder called .well. Is it non? Yeah, it was non, right? Yeah, .well non, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and create a farcaster.json. Farcaster.json. Yes. Okay. So within the farcaster.json, you have to get the whole manifest. Now, I've created a manifest which is so that we don't have to, type a lot of it. Now, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Like you can see that I've already added a couple of images for the icon, for the name, for the screenshot. So like I've mentioned all of that here, like screenshot that slash png, all these things are here. And so what you can do is you can just take the app URL part, like you have to give the app URL. Now that we have an app URL, where is our app URL? Okay, so you just copy this, go to the VS Code. Since we can just replace all these app URLs with our app URL, our actual app URL, right? So yeah, Control F, paste it. Yeah, just make sure that you remove the trailing slash and just replace all. There you go. Yeah, so everything is there. So yeah, I've given the name readme, stay on top of topic that matters. You can just put any description. Since we are testing it out, it's fine. But if you are doing a real mini app, if you really want to take it forward, just give proper descriptions and everything. All right. So now this, like we have made a couple of changes. We have added the Farcaster JSON, and which is like the manifest, and also added the SDK. So let's just push all these things to GitHub. Push, yes. Migration base mini app, right? So yeah, we'll just commit all that, and again let Versal do its stuff. Like if you go to the whole thing and you do a bit of refreshing, you can see that yes, Versal is doing its thing where it's deploying the whole application. You can click on details and it will take you there. Oh yeah, it is ready. Wow. I mean, Versal is fast. Okay. So next, you can just go to the base mini app stuff, go to the base build. I mean, this is really, really cool. It's a really, yeah, just go to base build, right? Yeah, you can see, it provides a really, really cool place to just go ahead and build and test your applications. So just start building. I've already signed in. I don't know what this is. Did I sign out? Oh, oh boy. You guys are getting all the details, all my personal details. Just give me a second. The only thing that you did, the only personal detail that you didn't get was, let me just cancel it and try again. Yeah. The only thing that you didn't get is apparently the API key. All the other stuff is there. So again, in order to sign in, you need the base application on your mobile. So it's trying to connect to the device. I mean, yeah. And sign. What is happening exactly? Yeah, just give me a second. Okay. So I need to have the passkey, and yes. Okay, finally. Okay, right. So yes, like we have our application and everything. So in preview, like this is a really great place to just check out your base mini apps and everything. Like you can see preview and debug your mini app to ensure it displays correctly in base app. So if everything works fine here, that means you can put your app on base, right? Like your mini app on base, and all you have to do is just tweet the URL. It's pretty simple. So yeah, like I'll just show you how to like first, before doing all that, we need the account association thing. So for that, first let's just go ahead and uh, paste it here. Submit. So what is happening is we need to associate this application with our account. So it needs a bit of verification. Just click on verify, open Farcaster, and it will verify the whole thing. Like it is verifying, making sure it is associating uh, our account. So what we have to do is generate account association. Okay. Again, you need to sign it. Again, you need to have a Farcaster on your mobile. Yeah, I'm just signing it. And once it's signed, okay, you can see that, yeah, it generates the whole header payload signature thing. So you need to add that here. You can see that, you need to add this here, and also you need the address, which I'll add. 1 second. So yeah, let me just copy this whole thing here. Oh, wow. Yes, copy this whole thing here. Just get this here and paste it. Perfect. Now you just need to add the allowed address also. So let me just go back to build base. Okay. I need to get this. Oh, this is the account. So yeah, I've copied it. Go here. Allowed accounts. Yes. So yeah. Now again, commit it so that yeah, account association base mini app. So yeah, I mean, you can put better commit messages, but I'm just too lazy for it. Again, uh, not a good practice, I know, but like if you go back to Versal, oh, this is the application. So sorry. Yeah, like it will redeploy it. Once again, you can just check out GitHub where you can see the whole. I think this. Yeah, I mean, right. It's done. It's done. Okay, cool. Right. Just click on verify. Oh wait. Just click on re-verify, and yes, it's done. So we'll just submit. Oh, there is an issue with the. I'm sorry, what? Invalid manifest. Is it the tagline? Wait. Okay, I think we have submitted it. Wait. Yes, and our tagline is 30 lines, I believe. I mean, 30 characters. Let me just try and verify it here. Let me just try and redo this. Okay, associated with their account. Okay, cool. Oh, the tagline. What is the issue? Subtitle. Okay, let me just fix it. Um, at most 30 characters. Okay, let's just cut short it. Stay on top of topics. Okay, how many characters is it? It's 21. Okay, cool. And what is the tagline? Find the right cast, I think. And how many characters is this? 20. Okay, cool. So again, just push it. Subtitle adjustment, which is in the manifest, right? So we'll just give it like that. Manifest. All right, let's just close this and hope that everything works out. Wait, let me just refresh this. Okay. Details. Okay, it's ready. Cool. Yes. And everything is there. Let's just refresh maybe. Okay. Yeah, it's just a rate limit thing. It's fine. So you can open it directly here. There you go. Again, a very important stuff. Like if you are doing this whole thing, make sure you're see, I mean, I have to make changes because it's not properly responsive. So yeah, you have to go back, edit it. But yeah, everything else is responsive. Just the title is messed up. But yeah, I think I can live with that. But yeah, you can directly add it to Farcaster. You can just click on click and confirm, and it's on Farcaster. So if you go to home, you can see the application, and it's README. There you go. Right, so you can choose the base, whatever. And yeah, now if you go to build base, I think it's all done. Now this is really really cool. Like in console, you can open preview, and it will show you exactly how this whole thing will look like on base app. Now the thing is, so if this works on like if you can preview it properly here, that means this is exactly how it's going to look like in your base application or base app. And the way that you want to actually put it on base app so that you can also keep track of everything that is happening in Farcaster is like you just have to tweet the put the app URL onto you know post, and base will recognize it. So it's very easy to do. And yeah, so this whole thing is powered by the whole thing is powered by Neynar. Now we are using the APIs, and we are just getting all the things from Neynar. So there are a lot of stuff that you can do with it. Like you can create bots, you can create leaderboards, you can create virality loops, like posting, recasting, whatever. And you have the whole SDK there, so you can just test it out. And again, some of the APIs must be I think is paid, so make sure that figure out which is which and just play around and see what you can build. So it's pretty easy, pretty convenient, a really nice way to get all the details from Farcaster, and you can just create fun stuff with it, like mini apps and stuff with it, and just add it to Farcaster and see how that goes, right? So yeah, I mean, that is it from this tutorial. I think day 7 is done. We have a load more, I mean 3 more days, but yeah, a lot of other cool stuff to complete. We are getting into the territory of automation, communication,